Today we're making my favorite dessert, a Pavlova, a nice crisp meringue topped with dulce de leche, assorted berries, whipped topping, the perfect bite. This is a bite of sweet heaven, and we're gonna make it together right here. We're gonna start off with fresh egg whites. Very important, make sure you use fresh egg whites. We're gonna add our sugar a little at a time. I've taken some shortcuts and it never works out. We're gonna throw in our fresh egg whites and we're gonna whip them till we have a soft peak. Once our egg whites are nice and beat and they have soft peaks to them, we're gonna add our sugar a little at a time. Once our sugar is fully incorporated, we're gonna add our cornstarch. And it's very important for us to sift our cornstarch so that we aerate it and there's no lumps into it. We should end up with some peaks like this. And then we're gonna finish this off by adding some white vinegar and our vanilla extract. And we're gonna gently fold in the wet ingredients, making sure to be delicate with the batter so that we don't release any of the air. It's time to set it on our baking sheet. So I have one little mold like this, and you have two options. You could either use a small mold or you could use a large mold. So on top of some parchment paper, I like getting a Sharpie and doing the rounds so that it gives me a guide of where to pipe the egg whites so that they're all nice and uniformed. And then obviously we're gonna flip it around and use the other side because we don't want any pieces of Sharpie, not on this dessert. Yeah. And you could buy these molds online. Our next step is to use a nice piping bag with a big tip. And we're gonna add our mixture in there. I can't wait to try this. This is the perfect dessert. I mean, it's not too sweet, it has a nice crunch to it, the flavor of the berries. We're gonna evenly pipe each round mold like this, and then we're gonna stick it in the oven and cook it for about 1 hour. Look at these beautiful meringues that are nice and out of the oven, and of course I let them cool. And now that this is ready, it's time to assemble the whipped topping. We're gonna whip some whipped cream. We're gonna add some powdered sugar and a little vanilla extract. So now that our whipped topping is ready, it's time to assemble these pavlovas. So we're gonna get a nice and crunchy piece of the meringue, and we're gonna top it with some dulce de leche. Now you could use condensed milk, you could use chocolate, you could use peanut butter, you could use hazelnut spread, but I'm using dulce de leche. Why? Because it's just gonna make it a lot better. And then after we put the dulce de leche, we're gonna top it with some of our whipped cream. Look at that. Oh, I can't wait to try this. And after we have our whipped cream all around, we're gonna top it with some berries. I have some strawberries. And have fun with it. Some blackberries. And there you have it, our delicious pavlova. And I can't wait to try this because as I told you, it's my favorite dessert. But this one looks too pretty, so I'm just gonna dig in from here. I'm sorry if it gets a little messy, but this is how I like to eat it. You must try this at home. If you haven't tried this dessert before, it's a must try. Just make sure you measure everything out and you follow the recipe to the T. Be very patient with it, and you're gonna end up with this masterpiece. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.